Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to episode 19 of Studio Time with Ryos. Before we get into all the production stuff, I got a big announcement to make. Guys, this is going to be the last episode of Studio Time with Ryos in this studio. Me and my girlfriend bought a house a few months ago and we're finally going to move in next week. So again, this is going to be the last episode of Studio Time with Ryos in this studio. Absolutely crazy to think about. So yeah, the uploads are going to slow down a little bit because obviously I have to move, I have to do all that stuff, I have to keep up with all the other stuff that I have going on as well. So bear with me while I move my studio into the new house, and maybe I'll do a little house tour or something like that. I'm not really that kind of YouTuber, but also I wanted to mention to you guys the new September Ryos sample pack just dropped for all Patreon members. If you guys aren't aware, dropping mini monthly sample packs over on my Patreon as well as a bunch of other goodies. So the link for my Patreon will be down below in the description if you guys are interested in that. So in today's episode, I want to have some fun. I want to remix the new I'm Good record by David Guetta and Bebe Rexha. Absolute slammer. So without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, you guys, Studio Time with Ryos, episode 19 on the way. The last episode in this studio, absolutely crazy to think about. But yeah, so like I mentioned today, I want to remix I'm Good. Now here's the thing, this record, in my opinion, is just phenomenal, top to bottom. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. And I kind of want to make a version that I could play live and would fit in my set. So I'm thinking, you know, maybe making some cool progressive drop in my style. But honestly, the break is perfect as is. So this is kind of going to be more of like a bootleg, especially because David Guetta and Bebe Rexha did not ask me to make this remix. But with that being said, I've got some good stuff pulled up here. I'm probably not even going to use these stems, which I made with RX8, which aren't even that good, to be honest. I'll probably literally just do it old school way. Back in the SoundCloud days, we just use the audio file and just produce on top of it. So let's take a listen. What a song, man. When I tell you this is absolutely perfect for my sets, it's amazing, incredible. So anyway, the drop is around here, which is amazing, but I would like to make a bigger and progressive version for my sets. So let's start by taking out the drop first. Have a good day. See you later. And then, yeah, now we have a nice blank area where we can add some magic. I'll probably also do a 30-second drop since this is going to be, you know, more live show focused. We don't want it to only be 15 seconds worth of a drop. So what was really obvious in my head was the bass line. I have a particular bass line that I use in a lot of my songs. I'm going to pull it up right now. Alrighty, so I just pulled up that bass that I was talking about, and it sounds like this. So really, really aggressive and sick bass. I use this in a few of my records, and it's kind of like a signature bass that I have. This is what I really heard in my head when I heard this drop. I was like, if I had, you know, my signature bass line playing the melodies in a progressive house format, it could be really dope. So that's the first thing I want to do, is get this bass line down. So this is a good time to reference some of the stems I made, just so that I can easily make my own bass line, find the right notes. So first notes are G. Let's find this note. Pretty simple, I think. Okay, so this is a good enough start for now, just so we can get a nice foundation. And then now let's get a kick going and maybe some drums. You know what? I probably will take away these notes and make my own ending. All right, really good start so far. So next up, it's time to do the leads. I'm thinking we'll start with a slidey sort of monophonic type lead sound. I think that might be cool for this style of drop and work well with the bass. So we'll try that first. Something nice with a lot of bend like this. And for the melody, I don't want it to be exactly the same melody from the track. I want it to have like some resemblance to the track, but have some differences so that it feels, you know, more progressive house / EDM. Not a bad shout if we start off with a nice classic tape stop. So I'm going to create a pitch bend fast, boom, boom, and then we'll bring this note down right away. Yeah, it's a cool idea. So I like this direction a lot. I need to find some way to make some variation in this section. I'm thinking in this third bar here would be a good spot, but I can't really figure it out right now. So I'll probably, just to keep things moving, start building this lead stack, try to make it sound better, and then we'll adjust the melody as we get some better sounds in and actually start building this drop out more. So for now, I think this is a solid lead to start off with. We're definitely going to need a super saw or something to go along here. So let's find that now. That Viper lead actually fits with the other one really, really well. These leads already sound good too. Let me see if we need another layer. So the one layer I'm missing right now is like a really aggressive layer that kind of sounds bad on its own, but will help give this whole stack some nice bite. The best way to put it is right now this lead stack is like too polite. I want it to have some extra grit. Yeah, this is pretty harsh. Maybe this will work. Yeah, that actually works pretty well. So let's get some processing going here. How do I want to do this? We'll do Camel Crusher. Maybe some OTT next. Definitely need to take down some of this harshness we've created. And I am going to go ahead and add one additional layer. I need something that's going to give this stack some more transient, or just make the attack of the leads generally more interesting. So let's find a nice little sound that we could place there. So I like this pluck a lot. It's pretty aggressive, has a lot of transient. So the leads are built a little bit. I do have to link everything to that one automation clip here. So I'll do that fast. All right, the leads sound good, but now I need to make these variations in the melody. So let me listen to this on loop and create these variations. If we like shorten this up, could be cool. I like this a lot to vary this section here, just chopping up these notes. I also know that maybe in this section here, I'll want to do the thing where they go down in the song, where they're like, here, I'll play for you this section. And then this part here where it goes down, that could be cool to incorporate in my melody as well. Okay, yeah, I think this is the ending I like, so let's take a listen now. Okay, yeah, that's the ending that I'm looking for. So I think these leads are going to need some additional processing to get them to sound exactly the way I want them to, but I do want to get a move on thing. So I want to go ahead and start adding some other sounds here. Firstly, we'll start off with like some drums. Probably going to do a ride. You know what? Let's actually try a crash instead of the ride. Love the way this crash sounds instead. I do need to sidechain it a bit so that the transient doesn't conflict with my kick as much. Also change this to mono. So honestly, this drop doesn't need that much. The kick and the crash already sound really good. I'm gonna need some effects, so I can go ahead and throw in just a downlifter that I use often. Here we go. This one will work fine for this drop. But the main thing that is so important to nail with this kind of drop is just like the atmosphere and the vibe. So what I'm going to do is two things. Number one, I really have to prioritize getting some nice reverb and delays on this drop lead here so that you can really get that sense of space going. And then I want to also make a sort of vocal drone with Bebe Rexha's vocal and have that as a layer in the drop. That was a lot to say. We'll start off with adding some nice reverb to these leads. We'll probably go for Arts Acoustic, and then we'll do Valhalla Delay as well. The reverb is off right now. The delay already helps a ton. So let's change this to note. We'll do like maybe a dotted eighth. And then you know what, actually? So with the reverb, we'll just wind up doing reverb throws to fill in this one gap here, because the delay is already taking up so much real estate in the reverb and delay department. So we'll do a little nice reverb throw right here. I think that's it. Let's see. Maybe more distortion too. Yeah. All right, see, these leads sound really nice now. Now let's go ahead and make that vocal drone thing in the drop with Bebe Rexha's vocals. So let's see if I can do it with the acapella. It's not the greatest quality, but maybe we can make it work. So add it to a mixer track. We'll throw on like Supermassive. Let's go ahead and record it into audio. We'll find a nice section to loop here, and then we'll have it be a nice background element in this drop. Give it some extra energy. So maybe even like right here could be good. See how it sounds. Absolutely, definitely gonna need this in our drop here, Rock's drone. But you know what? When I heard it in the context of everything, I still don't love these synths. I think this progressive house lead, it's a great lead, but maybe it doesn't fit the stack the best. So I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate it in case we decide to go back to it. And maybe I'll try to replace this sound with something else. Also, this lead here that I have, this has got to go too. Honestly, guys, this is part of the process. As I work on things, I'm always finding different leads that will potentially work better until it really feels right. All right, so for this lead, I do need to replace it with something else. Let's go to my own pack and let's find a nice heavy EDM lead that we can replace it with. Sounds good. Now let's move over to the vocal drone because it is getting in the way of the leads a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead, make a small dip. And then maybe we can add a nice pan man. Yeah, I think a pan man would be a good idea. Get this thing going from side to side. I also love adding OTT on reverb tails and stuff like this. Perhaps I'll throw a soothe on the lead group as well, just to help clean up some additional harshness. Harsh synth preset, let's try it out. I just had this idea. In my serum pack, I have another lead called, what is it called? Solaris, I think. It might sound good replacing the Warm Essential lead with this one. All right, so now guys, we're in a pretty good spot. Nice idea so far. I want to go ahead and copy over this section, and then let's start spicing it up, adding some more details and stuff like that. So I'm thinking in this section, we take out the kick, we'll take out the crash, maybe add a little impact of sorts. Something like this. And maybe make a cool little fill, and then have it repeat. We'll introduce some more drums as well, for sure. So definitely like a clap snare or something. Oh, also I was thinking it might be cool to add on-beat claps as well off the rip. Let's try. Yeah, that's super dope. So I love the idea of an impact here, everything sort of stopping, and then maybe we could do something cool with the lead. So if we draw out this G note completely, maybe we can even like take an LFO tool and do like a nice stutter effect or something. Let's try it out. Maybe we'll do a little pitch bend as well. Yeah, I like the idea of a pitch bend, and then we're also going to add a fruity balance here so that we can completely turn off the volume so that we don't get any delay or reverb bleed, anything like that. So very quick, boom, boom. We need to do something cool here as well. Maybe I'll automate on the master a flanger and a endless smile or something. So we'll go ahead, we'll throw those two elements on there. Let's do meta flanger, and then let's do endless smile. All right, so let's see what we could do here. All right, we're also gonna need a drum fill for this section. Yeah, absolutely. This one's fire. I do need to replace the ending here with maybe a big fill, something like this. Yes, sir. Absolutely. We need to focus on the next section. So I'm thinking I want to do like some shuffle hats or tambourines or something. Let's see. No, honestly, I think it might be better to do like just classic open hi-hat. Damn, this sounds super sick. This is exactly what I had in mind. Along with this open hi-hat, we're gonna need some additional rhythm just in the background lately. So maybe we can try like tambourine or something. Also, before I forget, I want to go ahead and add a reverb to all of these leads and create a reverse reverb effect. That way it'll help smoothen the transition between the original track and then my drop. Okay, so let's get this into audio. All right, now let's fade this in and blend it with the original. And what if I do this actually too? Definitely like it better when the music cuts out and then this fill comes in. I think that smoothens it a bit more and makes it feel like it just fits better with this heavy progressive house drop. And then, or big room, whatever you want to call it. I also need to do some master automation here. I think if I high pass their track leading into my drop, I think that'll help smoothen it and glue it a bit better, because right now it does sound not random, but it doesn't flow, or it's not as smooth as I want it to be. Another thing that we can do to sort of glue their part and mine is to automate the stereo width of everything. So if we make the build up get more mono, and then it explodes into stereo, it'll help smoothen it. So something like this with automation. Another good idea potentially is to actually add a riser in this section as well, my own separate riser. So let's try adding one of these like laser risers. I'm gonna probably chop this section only because her vocal is playing. Don't want to interfere too much, but this section might be good to introduce the riser, make a little automation clip. Another thing that we can do to help smoothen this out is to actually add an endless smile to just the track itself. I would like it to cut off like here. So if we went like this, how does this sound? Not too bad, yo. That was easy. I thought that was going to be harder. That sounds really good already. I want to also try adding like a fast snare fill right here. Yeah, like this is perfect. I'll literally just chop this off. I forgot I had the percussion stem that I made with RX8. So maybe I can utilize this somehow. Not bad. Yo, I'm just a genius, man. Look at that. Nah, that actually works really nice. Maybe we'll just take away like these. Yeah, because we're like blending the snare fill that's here, continuing it here so it doesn't feel like it's getting cut off. Yeah, sounds nice. All right. I mean, we're kind of nearing the end. Let me figure out if I want to add anything else here. I'm going to listen to this a few times. All right, so I would like to report that it sounds very, very good already. I think we're going to wrap up, actually. The only thing that I want to do before we wrap up is actually just change the reverse reverb that I made. I'm going to make a brand new one with a brighter reverb because the one that I have right now is just too dark and it's just not that good, straight up. So if I make a new one, I'm going to opt for round here. Let's slot it in there. Let's see how it sounds. All right, so the reverse reverb sounds way better. Now, the last thing I just realized when I was listening back to this, I think that I should take these G notes and move it up to A sharp. Oh, yes, 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 yes. 100%. Yeah, even right here, when I move this from G to A sharp. Absolutely. All right, yo. So I'm going to wrap it up here because I feel like we're in a really good spot. So let's take a listen from the top and let's see what I came up with. Yo, that's freaking sick. All right, so I'm so happy with how this came out because I feel like I almost scratched an itch because when I heard this song originally, I heard this drop idea that I made today so clear in my head, and to finally get it down and then listen back to it, it's so satisfying. Mind you, obviously this is just one session. I'm having some fun, so the mixing's a little meh. You know, of course I could make it sound better if I worked on it more, but the overall idea I'm really happy with, so I hope you guys enjoy it as well. So that'll be all for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the last episode of Studio Time with Ryos in this studio. But yeah, if you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time I upload. If you guys want the stems for this episode of Studio Time with Ryos, which I will not be including David Guetta and Bebe Rexha's part, but if you guys want what I did, along with any other project stems from past episodes of Studio Time with Ryos, sample packs, and all different other kinds of goodies, you can head over to my Patreon. The link for that will be down below in the description. And of course, if you guys have any suggestions or things you'd like to see in future episodes of Studio Time with Ryos, or just any videos in general, feel free to comment those down below. So I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you in the new studio in the next video.